Minister of Trade, and we have the mayors, Kenema and Makeni City, as well as representation from the works contractors. For Kenema City, we have Ambitious Construction Company, and for Makeni City, we have Micheletti and Company Limited in joint venture with S&H Trading Investments, Leone Limited. We also have in our midst the supervision consultant representative for the supervision consultant for both Makeni and Kenema Cities Construction, Polytechnical JV in JV with Innovative Solutions Consultancy, Sierra Leone Limited. We also have the consultant for the resettlement action plan implementation for both Kenema and Makeni cities that's carried out in Sierra Leone. We want to welcome you all. We also have in our midst, of course, the representatives of the Traders Union from both Kenema City and Makeni City. They are here to witness the signing ceremony. On that note, I'd like to invite the Director of Fiscal Decentralization Division of the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Adam Scago, to introduce the Chairman.
Thank you, Pierre. Minister, and mayors, staff of KNU and PFNU, and press, good morning. I have a pleasure to introduce my boss, who is to chair this program. My boss is a trained economist with over 25 years of work experience in the public sector. He has worked in several ministries, and then given his background, he came to the Ministry of Finance. He came here as Senior Financial Secretary, and then later promoted to the first Principal Deputy Financial Secretary. So he is the Principal Assistant to the Financial Secretary. He has held that role for the past several years, and with no issue to concern about. I mean, whether the FL is here or not, is ably represented by his good self. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me to welcome our chairman for this program, the Principal Financial Secretary, Mr. Samuel Igmomo. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alex, for that short introduction. Good morning, all. Honorable Minister of Local Governments and Community Affairs, Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, the mayors of Kenema and Makeni City Council, the World Bank Recipe Tax Team Lead and team, the CAs, as Chief Administrators of Kenema and Makeni City Councils, the team lead, EFMU, and colleagues, the BMU, Recipe, the Traders Union of both Makeni and Kenema, works contractors of both Makeni and Kenema, supervisor consultants, RAP implementation consultant, the press, ladies and gentlemen, a blessed good morning to us all. I have the privilege this morning to chair this meeting, but before that I want to apologize on behalf of the Financial Secretary and the Minister of Finance, who are supposed to be part of this. Unfortunately, they are also involved in another
critical national issue. We had the IMF mission here on our normal review, and they are proceeding on the annual meeting in the United States of America today. So that's why you're here. So I'm talking to you as acting financial secretary. Yes. Okay, so they are not here, but we are here. Okay? Colleagues, as you are aware, the government of Sierra Leone and the World Bank are implementing the Resilient Urban Sierra Leone project, which aims at improving integrated urban management, service delivery, and disaster emergency management in the western area and secondary cities of Sierra Leone. Component 2C of the project intervention relates to the construction of urban markets in Kenema and Makeni. It involves the construction of market stores, external works, borehole drilling, and installation at the Maxwell Kobe Street in Kenema and the Central Market in Makeni. The contract will cover a period of 24 calendar months, excluding the defect liability period of 12 months, and the specific works to be performed that include as listed below. There are two lots. The lot 1 relates to that of Makeni, and it involves the construction of market stores, external works, borehole drilling, installation of solar-powered pumps, and temporary relocation market facilities at Makeni, in the northern province of Sierra Leone. The lot 2 relates to that of Kenema, which involves the construction of market stores, external works, borehole drilling, installation of solar power pumps, and temporary relocation market facilities at Kenema in the eastern province. Both lots, we have the following: external works, that is, internal drainage works, paving, lighting, etc. Drilling of boreholes and installation of solar power pumps, temporary relocation, market facilities. The first phase of the contract is the construction of the temporary relocation shed with storage facilities, mobile toilets, and boreholes, and the relocation of traders. We know for sure it's a facility that some traders are using. So before you get in, you have to relocate, find a convenient place for them, and before you proceed further. This should be completed within the first 6 months of the contract, and the construction of the main market block should be completed and handed over within 18 months after the relocation of the traders on the current markets. That is the 6 months or the 18 months, making a total of 12 months completion. I think we have to be happy for this one. Within 2 years, thank you very much, and we want to appreciate the World Bank for providing the funding for that. The contract for the construction of the Kenema, as earlier alluded to by the project manager, has been awarded to ambitious construction company at a value of about $5 million United States dollars. And that of Makeni has been awarded to Michelesi and Company Limited in the joint venture with S&E Trading Investment. Limited at a value of $4,180,000 United States dollars. We are here this morning to witness the formal signing of this contract so that work can effectively commence on this structure, so that we are sure that within the next 24 months, we will be proud of state-of-art markets in these two key locations of this nation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is befitting that we should be happy for such facilities. On this note, we want to end up this statement again by actually appreciating the World Bank for the provision of this fund, and especially our tax team and colleagues for such a laudable initiative. It has not been easy with this project, especially when it came to big scheduling of projects. So we say Kenema and Makeni are lucky to have this facility. Thank you very much. Having said that, we now proceed with the program. What we intend doing, okay, at least to just show you a short video presentation of the market design. We want to whet your appetite to see what you're coming to enjoy, okay? So that's what we're going to see, okay? So that when you move out of this country, you go anywhere, you'll be proud of the facility back home, okay? Have a photo of them that when you go, this is our market in Makeni, this is our market in Kenema, okay? So that Sierra Leone will be up there. Oh, these people can have such a marvelous structure. It's a dream come true. So that is good. Yeah.
Good morning, also. My task is to show you short video that it's not just to speak. Thank you, Mr. Minister. Honorable Ministers and all protocols observed. I can't just come and show a video without giving a little background as to what went into it. This facility was designed by the consultant that has been introduced as the supervising consultant. So they did both design and they will be doing supervision going forward. So that's one thing we've got to know. And it has been a long process to where we are. What you're going to see today is not something that they decided to put together with the PMU. It was what the community, what the city council said they wanted, and that is what we provided for them. We had a number of meetings with their with the market women, the traders union, and the traders union agreed with us that this is the facility that they want. We were constrained with land, but we used what is available to give out what we're showing today. So I think it's but prudent that I give a little background before we go into just showing the video. Otherwise, I'll just be irrelevant right here. Thank you. So we are showing the external view of the Kenema market.
If you are closer to the other screen, you can also look at there. You don't actually need to look at it.
That is what Kenema Market will look like when the construction process is complete. It's going to be hosting 1,800 traders, but also always keep in mind it's a live building. So the traders, 1,800, those who will be going to buy, you know what the number will be. So this is a very massive building. It has cold room. So this one is a modern market. There will be a cold room, and it has stores because the traders and the city council asked us to provide stores in the market. So we have a few stores here. There is an administrative office for the Traders Union. They asked for it, and we have also provided an administrative office for the Traders Union. Yes, there are a number of access to the building, because a massive building like this will not have one access, so you will see a number of spiral stairs, so that the building will be very safe. It will be very safe. In case of an emergency, there are a number of exit points. I'll be showing 2 videos per city. One will be the external, and the other will be the internal. So enjoy the external, then you will see the internal when once this ends. I want to stop talking so that you enjoy.
We only can.
Let me just talk a little about where you're seeing cars parked. What we have planned for Kenema is to have a provision just from Maxwell Kobe Street where vehicles can pass into the market. So if you're coming to load or offload, you don't need to park on the road. So there will be a provision where you can go and load or offload. So that we're doing this infrastructure so that we reduce congestion on the road. I am sure Mayor of Kenema is very happy with this statement. So this is the Kenema supermarket external. We'll now go inside the building. These will be the market stalls. As I said, 1,800 traders. It is designed in a way that when somebody is buying and another, the seller and the buyer will be convenient, wherein there is enough passage between the stores, right? And we have toilets within, and the toilet is for all class of people. We always say, in the midst of being able, you are a minute away from being challenged, physically challenged. So we have provided facilities for both the physically challenged and the able-bodied people. And very sensitive, we have separate toilets for male and female. You know, we are doing it by the standard of the bank. And by the time we got here, we went through a lot of drills. Yeah, they drilled us. But thank you for drilling us. Again, you will see there is a health room because they requested that we will have a small provision for first aid in case of an emergency. So that one is also provided inside. We also provided upper storage in the market. So it would be such that most people who commute to the market back after trading. So there are upper storage provisions where they can keep their stocks, their goods, and get access to it in the morning. So 2 years down the line, we'll have this facility by the grace of God in Kenema.
Everything remains the same.
Inshallah. We'll have to.
Yeah, they will be small. No, sometimes we relax.
Makeni has 2 buildings because there is an existing road and we don't want to that road. And a block B. This is the external Makeni facility. Again, we should also understand that the land that was provided also pushed us to do the design as is. So Kenema had a slightly bigger land compared to Makeni, and we also don't want to change the futures in Makeni. So we maintain the road, and we A and a block B, which is not different from what is existing in Makeni currently. You know, we have the Central Market and the Silvanus Market, and there is a road in between. So we are not changing what is existing, but we are upgrading it to what my mayor was in the ultra-modern market. The shape of the building is just to fit with the land that is available. So if you see one building looking like an L, and you see the block A with all the designs we're giving it, it's just to ensure that we fit within the land and we keep 1,600 traders there. Because based on the census that was conducted, these numbers I am calling, I'm not just saying them. The census was done, and we looked at those who are in the current market and those who are around the current market, maybe those who are selling on the street, and we made the facility for them. So we have 1,600 for Makeni. It also has stores And the facilities you see in Kenema are the same facilities you will see in Makeni. And equally, there is a cool room, and we know that energy is a concern. So you have the solar-powered boreholes, because we want to ensure that once you have such a structure, the water supply is something you don't joke with. So boreholes will be provided and solar-powered, and we'll also look at some solar power in the energy requirements of this building. So like the cool room, right, to be powered. You know. Basically, this is what we have for Makeni. That's the interior of Makeni. So as the video is wrapping up, I must also wrap up. I want to say thank you to Polytechnica and ISC. They did the design. We went through a lot because the initial size that they proposed, and we had to right size to fit into the land that is available. We need to say a big thank you to them. And we are not parting company. We are continuing to supervision. So what they have designed, they will supervise its construction. And thank you very much to the bank for the support. And thank you to the government of Sierra Leone for employing me to be the engineer on this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I think the bank deserves a round of applause. Thank you very much, Francis and team. And thank you, Mr. Presenter, as you rightly have been saying that what we did initially was actually to go into the community and see what the community wants. And that is very critical. Community ownership of this facility is very, very critical. That is the only way we should be able to sustain it. No amount of resources spent here, if we are not able to sustain and maintain it, then it becomes a problem. Now we witness in this country about quite relevant projects. If you don't go to the community and talk with them to tell you what they want, no matter how that educated will be, nobody will go there. We have an example along Makeni Highway. There's a market there. I don't know whether it's around the junction or not. Okay, it has been. Huh? Yes, yes. It has been built, but people are not there. So you see how that idea was conceived. So it's not only about spending, but if you have to spend on people, let the people tell you that this is what you want. And this is exactly what this project has done. Okay? So we come and see the community ownership of it. And we employ all the councils to take proper care of these facilities once constructed. So we want to thank the presenter very much for this. And we are hoping that in the next 24 months, okay, we'll go and open this formally, this market. So thank you very much. We now go on to short statements, okay? And this statement will start with our chair for this program. That is the World Bank. So I now have the honor to invite the World Bank President and to make a short statement. Makeni and Kenema, distinguished colleagues from government, GNU, my colleagues from the bank, the supervising engineer who are heavily represented here, the two contractors that will be responsible for the construction of these two markets, the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great honor for the World Bank to join you today to witness this important milestone. It has been a roller coaster, moving from where we were last year that we're reaching this stage this year. The signing of the contracts for upgrading, I'm not sure if it is really upgrading or it is the construction of Makeni and Kenema. In the project it's called upgrading, but this is total construction of Makeni and the Kenema market. It's a big and a very great milestone which we have embarked from now onwards. Today's event marks not just the signing of the document, but a renewed commitment to build a more resilient, inclusive, and economically vibrant cities in Sierra Leone. That's the interest, and that's what we are pushing as a bank. These two markets symbolize the practical realization of what LASOP stands for: investing in people, strengthening city systems, creating safe and more resilient urban space for communities. And that's what we all need to push as Sierra Leone. It reflects the shared vision of the government of Sierra Leone and the World Bank to build a resilient, inclusive, and economic vibrant cities where investment improves life and livelihoods. And that's the whole idea which we are pushing. The Makeni and Kenema construction represent a flagship in the project. The designs provide a modern, resilient, gender-responsive, safer trading environment for thousands of market traders, most of whom are women who sustain the local economy every day. And these are the group of people who are not usually counted but are very important moving in the local economy. Beyond infrastructure, these projects will also strengthen the local economy, will improve the sanitation around the area, but we also want to make sure that we are improving the resilience of the communities around the Makeni area. So these markets will not only boost local economy or local commerce or revenue generation, but also strengthen urban resilience, public health, and community well-being. Allow me to commend the leadership of the Minister of Finance, Minister of the Local Government, Minister of Trade, and all the participants from the local council. We had a lot of discussion with the local council. So I'd like to commend the mayors, the chief administrators, for all the participation, the teamwork. I'd like also to commend the PMU for a lot of effort, the designing firm. I think we raised so many issues on the entire design. There were a lot of back and forth. But thank you so much for being resilient throughout the process of designing. As we are building the resilience of the economy of the Makeni and Kenema communities, we also hope that through the process we have also built your own resilience in the process of designing the market. It reflects the dedication of the project team, Anton and the team, Adams and the team. You've been so dedicated. It also corrects the ownership that demonstrated from the cities, Makeni and the Kenema City Council, and the Market Association during the design and the conservation process. We also acknowledge the Market Association and the community representatives whose participation throughout the design process has ensured that this investment, the design itself, responds to the real local needs. So it's not taking a building from elsewhere and planting in Makeni, but it's actually through the discussion and the modified according to the needs of the ground. Allow me to emphasize 4 points as we move towards the implementation of this. first point is quality and timeliness. So delivering of these highest technical standards on schedule within budget is a priority. Delays are not acceptable. Low standards are not acceptable. Communities are eager to see results, and timely completion is very crucial. We are on mission this week. We were planning to go to Makeni and Kenema, but we couldn't go because we know the communities are tired with us telling them that we are constructing a market. They want to see it happen. So we'll be able to go and visit Kenema Market when we see the construction has started. And the meeting today, the signing today, is the first step to see the contractors and supervising engineer on the ground to start the construction. And when we start, quality and timeliness is important. We do not allow anything beyond highest standard in this regard. Number two, inclusiveness. Ensure that the market serves everyone. So I have seen in terms of access, it's good. We have emphasized that. But also in terms of allocation of the space, we should include everyone. Women and men, they should all be included in the process. Young youth should also be included. Persons with disabilities need to be included in the process. So that is a critical aspect as well. Accountability and transparency. There should be more open communication between the PMU, councils, contractors, communities, supervising engineer. There is no God amongst us. We are all stakeholders working together to deliver the project. And then we should be open to each other. If things are not working according to our expectation, let us raise our views and let us correct. Designs are good, but design as good as they have been built. There can be some mistakes, there can be some shortfalls. If we see we need to improve on something, let us raise that, let us discuss and correct as soon as we can. Lastly but not least, is environmental and social risk management. Compliance with environment and social safeguard is non-negotiable. Proper ways of dispose, workers' safety, community engagement, grievance redress, the prevention of gender-based violence must be observed throughout the implementation. Some of the people, because they are leaders, they want to take advantage of women. Others, they want to take advantage of the workers. Others, they want to think because they're from PMU, they are more powerful than the contractor. We are all co-workers and stakeholders working towards implementing this project. So environmental and social requirements needs to be adhered throughout the implementation of the project. I would like to state, Chair and Honorable Ministers, we have stopped projects elsewhere because of disregarding the environmental and social requirements. We have suspended projects. And we expect that with your leadership and the leadership of our mayors, this market will not face any suspension in the process of implementation. Contractors, pay your workers on time. Treat them very well. Sometimes contractors, you think the workers are like slaves. No, they are not. They need to be treated very well. Standards need to be followed. Disposal of waste need to follow all the required processes and required standards. So this is very important. We are going to be coming and visiting and be ensuring that these issues are here throughout the process. I can keep on talking and talking. These are very important. But let me conclude to say that the World Bank remains committed to accompany the government of Sierra Leone, local councils, Makeni and Kenema, through this journey, not only delivering the market, but strengthening the broader systems of urban resilience, spatial planning, disaster risk management, municipal governance, that will sustain these gains long after the project closure. So the idea is, if you have remembered, you are on your worship, the mayors, we have requested sustainability plans for this market. You need to have clear plans, not after the project, then that's the end of the market as well. So we need to have clear plans, and we'll follow up with this process. Honorable Ministers, colleagues, and partners, on behalf of the World Bank, I extend heartfelt congratulations to the government of Sierra Leone, the participating local councils,
the contractors, supervising engineers, PMU. We look forward to seeing the people of Makeni and Kenema enjoying the benefit of the safer, cleaner, and more resilient market space that would help their city thrive for generations to come. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Francis, for that inciting and encouraging statement and words of advice. And was all started rightly from the journey of where we are and where we are now is very critical. We're happy about that one. And recognizing that this is not only signing ceremony, but actually review the view on last night. And the realization of practical reality of what countries are getting sharing of vision of government, resilience, and vibrant economy. Okay, thank you for commending the various actors in the project. Critical, 4 key issues you highlighted. I think we've had it all. We have to make sure that people those things. One, we spoke about quality and timeliness. Okay, projects are time bound. Okay, and we have to make sure that especially contractors work within the 24 months date. Okay, and quality has been said there. Supervisors, we have to make sure that what is designed for, okay, we maintain that one. You spoke about inclusiveness. That is very, very much important. Okay? Because even if you do all this one, but when people do not involve others, okay, if you come to a time now you want to allocate places, you understand that you start to pick this at all, it has to be everybody. You are the beneficiaries of this project, make sure that that is taken into account. Accountability and transparency is very, very critical. Okay? They say that we're all stakeholders. We have to be accountable. Let's be very transparent in terms of this one. Now, one thing the World Bank is very, very passionate about is the fourth one, that's environmental and social. You study. We have to be very careful. It says that projects are being cancelled because of that, and we don't want it to happen. Okay? So we want to thank you very much, Francis, and especially the commitment, the renewed commitment of the bank. Thank you very much. God bless you. We go on to the next person that we make a statement, and that is the Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry.
Mr. Chairman, Acting Financial Secretary, Honorable Minister of Local Government, Mayor of Kenema City and Makeni, the World Bank representative, CFNU, my own brother, Mr. Kawai, Traders Union executive, the President and Secretary General, everyone, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful morning, it's a beautiful day. And on behalf of my able minister, Honorable Alpha Ibrahim Sise, who cannot be here today because next week the Ministry of Trade and Industry for the first time will host the Sierra Leone AFCFTA Regional Conference. It's going to take place at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, yes, from the 14th to the 16th. So I'm here representing the ministry. So I bring greetings from him, and I must say, this is going to be like a triple checkmark on what our able president, His Excellency, Dr. Julius Madadu, stated in his big 5 changes. One, he said, I want to invest in people, human capital development. And he also emphasized about infrastructure and the youth employment scheme. All of those 3 are embedded in this resilient urban Sierra Leone project that we are glad to say million thanks to the World Bank for supporting the government of Sierra Leone and the leadership of His Excellency, retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Maada. So there is no other time in witnessing this very important contract signing. And just like Mr. Chairman mentioned, it's not much about signing, our ceremony. It's knowing that our country is transforming also, just like our president mentioned, that he is a transformative president. He wants to transform not only the lives of our people, but also the environment. Imagine having a state-of-the-art market in Kenema and in Makeni. It looks as if you're in first world. Going through the video, the project engineers, thank you very much, for that brilliant video presentation. It's as if I'm watching through some malls within the United States, in California. So we can't wait within a 24-month period to have that in Sierra Leone. So this is a laudable of effort, and of course, it's going to help the women, because 80% of our traders are women. I'm not being biased, saying the 20% are men, but mostly because the women are the breadwinners. The women are the ones that are doing everything possible to increase the economy of our country. The women are the ones that if you give her 5 million, you take that 5 million and later you're going to have 5,000, 5 million. Before you know it, you're doing well. So I want to say thank you for making sure that exactly what the president wants, saying it's high time we don't leave the women behind. It's high time we don't leave them in the kitchen. It's high time we also bring those women to market spaces that they themselves know that it's conducive for themselves and their family. I saw through the video that there was an health room. There are times you walk into the market space, you see some of these women are breastfeeding moms, they're outside. So now they have some place that they can have their own privacy. And I know the Ministry of Health is going to be grateful about that, because that's one thing that they've been advocating for, to have a health room within the market space. And also that also helps towards the food and sanitation. So as part of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, like I was saying, this is great, and it's a great fulfillment for the government efforts towards this developmental trajectory, and it will increase in the capital income of every Sierra Leonean that is going to achieve through this trade and investment project. We will continue to give our fullest support, as a ministry, and we are looking forward to a successful outcome. The World Bank rep, Mr. Francis, already highlighted very important thing, the timeliness. Because even with us, our Ministry of State, not so that they talk so that they build markets there. So again, that also affects us. So the 24-month is what we are looking forward to. It was just a month ago that our president opened the Nassis building, the Victoria Park Market. So within another month, we're here talking about constructing markets within Kenema and Makeni. So that tells you we have a president that is not only here to do the job of the people, but whatever he says is committed to do, he will make sure it comes to pass. I want to say thanks to the World Bank, for working with the government of Sierra Leone, and as a ministry we'll continue to do our best, having a total of 3,400 market spaces, stores for traders. That is very impressive. So on that, I just want to say many thanks. And once again, I'm here on behalf of my minister, Honorable Alpha Ibrahim Sisi. Thank you very much.
Well said.
Yeah, thank you very much, Minister. that when the politicians speak, you understand? Obviously, you know that. That's why I started for the development tool of government, the National Medium-Term Development Plan. Okay, the key pillars there, or the key things on human capital development, infrastructure, and development, that they are all embedded in this. Thank you very much, Francis. Okay, so that means the project development objective was well captured, and it was well in line with our national development strides. Okay, of course, don't say because she's a woman, that's why she emphasizes on women. Okay. But say it again because it's right. Okay, so that is very good. Okay, and for women, health issue is a great concern. Okay, appreciated having that particular component. Okay, the health room as part of this edifice is very, very much good. Okay, and of course, as a trade ministry, if you don't get their support, they don't pledge their commitment to it, then obviously things will not work well. So we're happy that you have pledged that continuous support in the process. So thank you very much, Madam Minister. Okay. Any representative from Minister of Planning? Okay. Now we have to move on to the keynote speaker, and that is going to be the father of the beneficiary. Okay? The Almighty Ministry of Business. The ministry that goes across everything.
Is that chairman?
Huh?
Minister of Planning. Planning is here from the Minister of Planning.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so on that note, I now have the privilege to invite the Honorable Minister of Local Government and Community Affairs. Honorable.
Thank you very much, Chairman of this occasion, the Acting Financial Secretary, Honorable Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, the team lead for the World Bank, our two mayors of the cities of Makeni and Kenema, the Russell P. team, representatives of the Ministry of Finance, contractors, traders union representatives, the people of Kenema and Makeni cities, honorable guests, esteemed stakeholders, good morning. It gives me the greatest pleasure to actually stand in for the Minister of Finance. And I think, as God will have it, this is a market program which is actually anchored very nicely in the Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs. And I believe it is because the gods are with us as a ministry that the owners have to call on me to give this keynote address. Today actually marks a significant milestone in our government's commitment to enhancing economic infrastructure of our districts and cities. This signing of contracts is a testament to His Excellency the President's unwavering commitment to delivering services and improving the lives of our people. These modern markets will not only provide a platform for our traders and conduct their business in a safe and hygienic environment, but will also serve as a place of economic activity whereby growth will be fostered and also for the development of those communities. Esteemed guests, allow me to be the politician that I am. And I need to state that His Excellency's government for the past 7 years has paid great attention to equitable distribution of facilities and programs of development nationwide. As the Minister of Local Government, it gives me great pleasure to state that today signing in one city in the north and another city in the east is a testament that development has to be equitable nationwide. It is believed also that not too long ago, we believe this is a project of the World Bank, but in 2024, we had a closure of projects wherein the north, the northwest, and the south and east benefited from the 12 billion project, mainly for local councils in the districts of Kambia, Bombali, Karine, Falaba, Bujeon, and Kenema districts. Today we're here to talk about construction of new markets. It is not a rehabilitation, as we've already seen. The ROSLP program mainly impacts on cities, while the World Bank Accountable Governance Program impacts on the districts. And the impact already is very visible in so many other areas. But as for the World Bank, we need to also mention that the state-of-the-art market that is currently being constructed at Longley is another testament of their commitment to ensuring that we have 21st century markets in Sierra Leone. Additionally, as the Deputy Minister of Trade has already mentioned, it's only about 3 weeks ago that His Excellency's government commissioned the Sewa Grounds market, a market that will have a similar impact to what is intended here for this project here today. Allow me to express gratitude, deep gratitude to our contractors that while they signed today would have agreed to maintaining high standards, no delays, quality and timeline as already stated, and mainly health and safety compliance. To our beneficiary councils, Kenema City Council and Makeni, well, I did not say how overwhelmed I am and happy that these two modern markets will raise the profile of these two cities, and especially in ensuring that these women, men, disabled, are all provided access in doing whatever they need to do within these markets. To our traders, I have to state, and market women, I have to state that this is going to be certainly a game changer. It will improve your lives, it will improve the lives of your children, and also, it will also enhance your capacity in making more money within these markets, as they will be more conducive for people to approach you to buy and sell. To the tax steel lead and ROSEP program, and specifically the World Bank, I want to state on behalf of the Minister of Finance and myself that we appreciate you and we appreciate your commitment to helping government or partnering with government in making sure that we make these development strides. These modern markets will provide certainly situations for our people that will help in advancing their lives. Let us all work together to ensuring that these projects are completed on time and that they become a source of pride for these two great cities, the cities of Makeni and the city of Kenema. To our beneficiaries that I've just named, Mayor Abubakar Kamara of Makeni and Mayor Thomas Bayo of Kenema. You know, you are politicians, and I needn't say to you that the completion of these projects would also enable you to piggyback on the fact that this development will be pointers, reference points for your own stay as leaders in those cities. On that note, I want to thank you very much for coming, and it has been a pleasure for me to be here. And Francis, thank you very much for the support that you've been providing, and thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. I think no other better person would have stepped in for the Minister of Finance than the Honorable Minister himself to deliver such keynote address. And as a keynote address, it will be administrative blunder to paraphrase. So I will leave it as it is. All right. Okay, a lot of said. Okay, and encouraging.